They're putting me on TV, now everyone will know. Say, has anybody seen my glasses and nose? They've been putting Clodhoppers on the radio. No one recognized me, I was incognito. Now I need disguises so my cover will be blown. Say, has anybody seen my glasses and nose? I don't want to be on TV where my face will show. Say, has anybody seen my witness protection program? Has anybody seen my disguise? Hi, welcome to Clodhoppers, everybody. I'm Clod Headgate, and we got a Halloween extravaganza going on for you here tonight. And thanks to Capricia Goddard for running all 4 cameras in here and being the floor director. And thanks to John Hose for running the switcher, being the director. And Bo Peep for running the sound character generator and sound effects. And we have a special guest artist with us tonight, our favorite guest, Mr. Les Tarr, that radio star, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Clyde. Good to be here.
Well, my goodness.
Hey, somebody's got a boxing glove on the crowd, I think.
That's right. We get them
they're
from
a little slow with a punch.
We get them from the second-hand store. That's where we get our audience. Anyway, you know, we were down there at the bar earlier, and the skeleton walks into the bar and orders a beer and a mop.
Now in the Tower of London late at night, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, I declare. For Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, but then he had her head bobbed with her head. Oh yes, he did her wrong long years ago, and she comes out at night to tell him so. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. She comes toward King Henry, she means giving him what for. She's going to really tell him off for spilling all her gore. And just in case the headsman wants to give it an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. Sometimes gay King Henry gives a spread for all his pals and gals, a ghostly crew. The headsman slices the bread and cuts the joint. Then in comes Anne Boleyn to queer the do. She tears her head off with a mighty war whoop. And Henry says, don't toss it in the soup. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. The sentries think that it's a football that she's bringing in. And when they've had too much, they say, our 49ers can win. They think it's Joe Montana instead of poor old Anne Boleyn. With her head tucked underneath her arm. She walks along the corridors, for miles and miles she goes. She often catches cold air, 'cause it's cold there when it blows. and just awfully hard for the queen when she has to blow her nose with her head cocked underneath her arm.
I'm a basketball player, but I can't dribble. But after watching just one episode of Clodhoppers down there on NCTV, now I dribble all over the place. Chicago wasn't neat, it was sweet, it was just like sugar. You better watch out for the eggplant that ain't Chicago, for he may eat your city soon. You better watch out for the eggplant that ain't Chicago. If he's still hungry, the whole country's due. Look for something to eat. He landed in Chicago and he thought Chicago was neat. It was sweet, it was just like sugar. You better watch out for the eggplant that ain't Chicago, or he may eat your city soon. Wackadoo, wackadoo, wackadoo. Better watch out for the eggplant that ain't Chicago. If he's still hungry, the whole country's doomed. Oh, and if he's still hungry, the whole country's doomed.
Boy, that's pretty serious.
Yes, it is. But I'll bet you can top it.
Well, it's, you know, whole place is going to the critters, you know.
That's right.
I must offer to you this confession. I like movies that give me a fright. When the subject is horror, I must see more. I won't be contented all night. You may call it my ghoulish obsession. It's a subject on which I get chatty. But the worst flick I saw that really stuck in my craw was the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. witches, hobgoblins, ghouls, and Japanese creatures with fangs, and creatures that clatter, the creatures that shredder, Japanese creatures with bangs. Count Dracula gave me the shakes, and Frankenstein's driving me batty. But the worst one I saw was stuck in my craw, was a cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Oh, now he must have needed a seltzer. I don't know how he got it all down. But for lunch, he just chewed up a suburb or two, and for dinner, he ate the whole town. Oh, then he just sent me out laughing. I thought Willard looked a little bit ratty. But the worst one of all is only half an inch tall. The cockroach that ate Cincinnati.
Getting scarier by the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but you've got one even worse now, huh?
Yeah.
This is a ghost that eats finances.
Yes, sirree. I realize the way your steel deceived me. You guaranteed to make my money grow. Take back the portfolio that you sold me before I end up losing all my dough. Paper fortunes, paper fortunes, not worth the tree you killed to print it on. The only profit was your commission. How could you count the beans so wrong? I thought that you would be the perfect broker. You seem to know your business out the start. You flushed my life savings down the dumper. Neither one of us is very smart. Paper fortunes, paper fortunes, not worth the tree you killed to print it on. The only profit was your commission. How could you count the beans so wrong? The only profit was your commission. How could you count the beans so wrong? Pretty sad song. You know, in that last song that talked about eating bullets,
Yeah.
well, if you eat bullets, you'll grow bangs.
That's where that Japanese creature came from. He was a bullet eater.
I guess so.
Well, you know, Jiminies, the other night I was coming home, Clod, and I heard this clomp, clomp, clomp behind me.
Uh-oh.
And I kind of sped up my walk a little bit, you know. And the clomp, 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 clomp sped up. So I started running. And the clomp, 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 clomp started going clomp, 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 faster as fast as I was. And I looked behind me, and there was this coffin following me down the road. It was bouncing off one corner, bouncing off the other, bouncing off. He had 4 corners to bounce off, and I only had 2 legs. And he could move his 4 corners as fast as I could move my 2 legs. So I took off for the house, man. I took off running, ran up my front steps, reached in my pocket, the wrong pocket. My key was in the other pocket.
Oh, boy, this is terrifying.
God, man, I reached my other pocket, pulled out my key, stuck it in the door upside down.
Yikes.
Clomp, clomp, clomp was coming up behind me, pulled it out, stuck it in the right way, opened the door, slammed it behind me, hit the bolt, and was just catching my breath in the back of my living room, and clomp, 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 smash right through the door. The coffin came. I went running through the house. He was chasing me through the house. I was wondering where to go. I went into the bathroom, and I locked the door. And I was looking around to see what I could find, because he came in and broke right through the door.
Wow.
Looking around to see what I could find up on top of the medicine cabinet was a bottle of cough syrup. I picked it up, and I threw it at the coffin, and you know what? The coffin stopped.
Thanks very much, Les Tarr. There's a few minutes we'll never get back.
Let me see if I can remember what key I'm supposed to start this love potion in. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of here's some other bottle work on Halloween. I took my problem down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with a gold cap tooth. She's got a pad down in 34th and Vine. She sells little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm, then she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. Till I mixed it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like India ink. I smelled my O's, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed the cop down at 34th and Vine, he took my little bottle of love potion number 9. Mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed a cop down at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. Love potion number 9. Love potion number 9.
Glug, glug, glug.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Well, by golly, what about doctors anyway?
Well,
They're making love potions.
I know.
Not a real doctor, is it?
Well,
Madam, what's her name? Wu?
yeah, madam. Well, that was a real one. You ever kissed a cop? You can't deny that one, I don't think. Okay, well, I think cops' wives would have have an argument with that. Never mind. I remember there's this doctor came into the hospital, and as he was going down the hall, and he was one of the senior doctors too. He had a lot of power there. He heard some screaming down the hall, and he looked, and this door came banging open, and this woman in her early 60s came screaming out of this room and running out of the hospital. Bang, she slammed the door. And he was wondering, what the heck? Isn't that new doctor's office there? Started working for the hospital last week. He was thinking to himself, and I better go check that out, he thinks. So he goes in, and he sees this young doctor doing his paperwork. Not a care in the world. He's just sitting there doing his paperwork. And the doctor came in and says, didn't I just see a woman come screaming out of your office? And he says, oh, yeah. Yeah, that was Mrs. Christensen, yeah. She just went running out. Well, she was screaming. Yeah, I know, and he kept doing his paperwork. Well, what did you tell her? I told her she was pregnant. Well, that's ridiculous. She's 63 years old and has 5 grandchildren. Yeah, but she doesn't have any more hiccups, does she?
Yeah, that news cured her hiccups. Doctor, take all of me. I came in for routine physical. You gave me an appendectomy. Then you gave me a vasectomy. Amputated both my feet. Did some open heart surgery. You switched the charge. Take all of me. Doctor, take all of me. I came in for routine physical. You gave me an appendectomy. Then you gave me a vasectomy. Amputated both my feet. Did some open heart surgery. You switched the charts and now I'm in parts. So why not take all of me? You switched the charts and now I'm in parts. Little bitty ones. So why not take all of me?
what he did it with.
That's going out to the
transplant surgery.
going out to the guys down at UC Davis. You betcha.
Well, here's could be a Halloween. Let's hope it isn't a Halloween of the future. Okay.
Okay.
It's a pretty scary thought, though. Courtesy of John Prine. I'm mixing it up with another. Oh, yeah, we can't live together, we can't live alone. Considering the weather, oh my, how you've grown. From the men in the factory to the wild kangaroo, they're all birds of a feather, and they're flying together, and they're feeling exactly like you. They've been mesmerized by alibis, limbo dancing bears. Please lock that door. It don't make much sense, that common sense. It don't make no sense no more. One of these days, yeah, one of these nights, you take off your hat and they'll read you your rights. We'll want to get high every time we feel low. Hey, Queen Isabella, stay away from that fella. He'll just get you into trouble, you know. They'll be mesmerized by alibis and limbo dancing bears. Please lock that door. It don't make much sense, that common sense. It don't make no sense no more.
Thanks for watching Clodhoppers, everybody.
Just between you and me, it's like pushing when you oughta be shoving. Like a nun with her hand in the oven. Please don't tell me that this really wasn't nothing.
Got Capricia Goddard on all four of the cameras. Thank you. John Hose running the switcher. Bo Peep. Happy birthday, Bo Peep.
Happy birthday.
Change the channel. Change the channel. Make a sound. Share the echo.
Share the echo and show the world your face. It is your right to seek.
It is your right to receive. It is your right to impart.
The doors of public distribution are constantly changing.
It is our duty to bar those doors from closing.
We will not let our voices be silenced through legislation, through commodification, through the lumbering giants pulling the plug. I believe in public access.
I believe in public access. Stay tuned.